obviously he was bummed at St. Louis, and he's just like, so, like, do you want to be a champion this year, or you just want to be like a 5 to 10 place guy? And I'm like, okay. I said, I want to be a champ. He's like, all right, we'll see. I'm like, all right.
I said last week before San Diego, if there's a championship pie right now, it's 40% Tomac, 40% Roczen, 20% Cooper.
The reigning champ has turned it around. It's a long way from that 12th in St. Louis to the top step of the podium in San Diego.
Is it now 33 across the board? Webb, Roczen, Tomac.
Honestly, in my opinion, it's too early.
That shit fires me up. That's like what Bobby Reagan used to do.
Stop it, Raj. You all want to win or what?
So Raj did it, I think, to kind of fire me up. And then that's why this weekend I said, who wants it, motherfucker?
It's 40, 30, 30. That's what it is.
Okay, 44.
Webb.
Oh, wow. The guy who's 8 down.
9 down.
9 down.
And yeah.
Okay, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Bold statement.
They're in big trouble.
He's got that number 1.
They're in big trouble.
He's pissed. He's mad as a hornet.
Okay, all right.
When the chip is on the shoulder, Steve, as you talked about earlier, when he's pissed, he's pretty tough to beat.
The same lines aren't gonna last long. Gotta bring in some racecraft today, mate. It's up to Zeka.
Do I need some yellow markers? I go here, they cheat over there. I go down there, they come and cheat over this side.
It's because you got your foot up our ass 99.9%
Something. Now I'm gonna put a yellow marker up it.
Luckily they fold, mate.
What is awesome is the fact that we're going to round 7, and I feel like we're almost questioning more things than we were a few weeks ago. This series is getting more intriguing as it goes instead of less. Look at all the things that are trending now. Cooper has 2-1 finishes. Cooper has all kinds of momentum and confidence, and he's cut the points lead down to 9. So it's just kind of going Webb's direction right now. It was not that way with 3 laps to go in Oakland. I thought it was looking dire.
When the entire series packs up, comes to Florida, how does that change the overall feel of the series? It's basically, it's chapter 2. It's a completely different chapter.
History has proven like wherever you're at when we hit Daytona, we know who's who. So it's kind of like the NFL. 4 games in, I think we're about to find out who's in this thing and who's not in terms of the 450 class.
What are you stuffing doing, mate? What? Bloody... Are you serious?
I heard stories, Velo wrapped you up.
Dude, me and him got into it where, there was some days where I'm
Like proper on the ground.
like proper, I'm gonna make
I can't
this
imagine you
guy-
getting on the ground.
He got
is
me to
what's
that
blowing
point
my mind.
where I was gonna make him hurt. And I was gonna use every solitary thing in my artillery.
Roczen, Tomac, Webb, Barsh is in there, Cianciarulo.
Can we get a percent? That's the whole thing.
Are we good, Bacon?
Yeah, all right.
It's not that simple. It's just, I would like to make it like that simple. It's just not.
Right.
So, do you want me to tell you who I think will win?
Yeah.
After 6 races?
Yeah.
There's 11 to go.
My heart's still beating. We're laying it down the last one. We're laying it down. I grenaded. It is freaking hot for, what is it, February? Mental.
The first thing I think everybody wants to know is, what happens if Adam starts going faster than Kenny? Are we worried about this at all? Because he's coming in with so much hype. Didn't get the Supercross title last year, but a phenomenal campaign on that bike to win Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Adam has finally arrived. Is he gonna start messing with these other established 450 riders?
What's up, mate? What's up, mate? I saw your stand socks in my locker. I gave them back to you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I should have worn them. These are stance. These aren't mine. Just get Ken shit out of my locker.
Look, the whole Adam and Kenny thing, that's just message board fan. You think so? Stuff. I do.
Hey, we should make a scene today in front of the camera and pretend like we hit ourselves. Hit ourselves? He does it on him.
Just like make an entire skit of like just having super low self-esteem. Like, dude, I fucking suck.
I might as well just go. Just make the day horrible.
This is terrible.
Right off the bat, right out of the gate, we saw Roczen do the same thing with Villopoto, but it was fine. We've seen it over the years. Now, hit me up 2 years down the road if they're both fighting for it, but right now, I think for 2020, it'll be fun.
I guess I've been around you enough, I know kind of like when to take it serious and when not to.
It's tough though, it's a slippery slope. So I hate myself about as much as I hate your haircut.
Then we sit in, we just not talk to each other at all and just
That's what I was planning on.
keep to ourselves.
As for Roczen, 6th, that's his worst since the opener.
Eli Tomac and Ken Roczen, they got a lot of wood to chip off right here.
We'll see if that means anything. You don't want to take a guy that doesn't get a great start and read too much into the finish.
I might want to stick with my other ones and we'll keep these in check. I might.
What? I didn't ask him. What was the difference?
Yeah, just it's like one extra shim in there. Okay. Dude, it's fucking hot.
Today?
Harder last week.
It might be a record high today, they said.
We'll do a couple of starts and then just put the other.
You can't overreact in this class.
Okay, so
like right now, we can't go to Tampa and be like, it's AC and Webb. Dude,
No.
Tomac could crush their ass next week. So could Roczen.
I'll kick Ken in the throat, no problem. No, I actually have some serious. Oh!
My God.
Wow! That's insane!
I don't see a run happening from anyone. I think it's going to be a chess match to the end.
This is what he's gonna do. I'll tell you what he's gonna do, and I know this guy. He's gonna go fast as shit at times. He's gonna qualify fastest. He will win heat races. He may get on the box in a 450 main event. He will probably miss a few races from an injury. That's how his rookie year is gonna go.
Pretty devastating for you this week in first qualifying practice.
I got fit, right? Yeah. I told my mechanic before I went out. I said, because I didn't do one heater in that practice. Like I did like 3 laps at a time. And I told him, I said, do not be surprised if I'm like fit or something. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Like I want to do more laps this time. Fox should give me those stickers on the back of my jersey for fast qualifier.
Oh, you wouldn't have any room anymore.
No, everybody's been getting on me for like being fast in practice and not winning races, but it's like, it's way different. It's like saying I'm good at dunks. It's like I'm a great dunker, right? But I can't shoot a 3-point shot. It's 2 different types of riding. Like clearly I'm a little bit better at just the raw speed aspect right now than I am full race, even though I did almost win this weekend. It's fine. I don't want that 50 grand anyway.
Going into the season, we were not quite as high on Adam's chances of, say, winning the title as some of these fans. And it's for the exact reason. Like, he fell on the last lap of St. Louis. He pretty much crashed down Anaheim 1. It's just a rookie thing. Like, he's riding awesome, but those little things usually happen to first-year riders.
It will be interesting to see how his conditioning will go over a full season, because it's double the amount of races, it's longer laps, it's more pressure. The competition's crazy. Like, he rode away in basically every race last year.
Not only is he going to get a good start, he's got the lead.
Maybe this is a point when Adam is starting to figure it out too. Adam was pretty damn awesome all night.
Yeah.
Fastest in qualifying, won his heat race, second in the main, almost won the damn thing. Adam was great.
We knew AC would be, good. We see what he did at Monster Cup, but damn, he's crushing it. I didn't expect him to be that good.
I mean, I would bet my life I could go out any track and be faster than anybody in the world, honestly, for a lap. But it's not about that. It's about being, like I said, being fast at the right times and putting yourself in position and closing it out, adapting to the track. It's like you're not really doing sprint heater laps at the end of a main event.
We've got 4 winners out of 6 races going into round 7.
These guys are all within 3/100ths of a second.
Yeah.
It's purely mental at this point. So if you get off the mental game and the other guy gets on a run, it's over.
Don't you guys feel like it's been truly like a week-to-week series? Every single race we leave and they're like a different storyline.
One of the things coming up in 450 class is Broc Tickle. He's been off for a year and a half.
So, buddy, it was a long, what?
It's like 20, yeah, it's like 674 days from last race to this Saturday. So, yeah, a long time. But it honestly feels like I haven't left, to be honest, now that I'm here in the stadium in my gear. It's kind of surreal, to be honest.
This is one of those stories that you hope has a happy ending. Broc Tickle hasn't even been behind a gate in almost 2 years because of his suspension for failing an anti-doping test. He's back on the bike. He's putting together his own program on a Husky for 2020.
I think it's a joke. I think it's a total joke, and they should be embarrassed that the FIM's been jacking with our sport this way. You deserved a penalty, for sure. You deserve some sort of suspension, but not a year and a half. No way.
They knew I failed in 2:28.18. I didn't get notified until 4:13 that I failed.
Yeah, almost 2 months to let you know. Yep.
For whatever reason, the riders have gotten a bit of a free pass as far as every rider who has failed an anti-doping test, which could ordinarily be a huge stain on your reputation in most sports. It seems like whatever error the rider made doesn't sound nearly as bad as the error made by the testing folks.
Ultimately, Broc Tickle is very responsible for this. He put it in his system somehow, either by accident or on purpose, and he's responsible.
Let's try to get things figured out, like by next Monday sometime or Tuesday, like completely figured out, you know what I mean?
Based on other athletes that we've seen, I mean, this is going to be basically, I feel, like killing a fly with a shotgun.
I don't have concrete evidence, and I couldn't represent with concrete evidence, and that's how it stands. I mean, that's just what it is, and I believe it had to have come from cross-contamination of some sort from one of the things I was taking.
So you could tell all your sponsors?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're gonna know anyways because I'm not gonna be here, and I'm supposed to be testing on Thursday. Obviously, I wasn't gonna sit back and hope for a fill-in ride. I wanted to be ready, and the only way I felt like to do that was to start planning to show up on my own. The goal was to get back on a team ultimately. I'm 30. Let's be honest, I know I need to make some money, but at the same time, I think being with somebody like them, and I can stay with them until I'm done, then it would really help me out in the long run. J-Bone called, and pretty much we kind of communicated in between, but basically I just told him that some things on my side needed to come with me for it to make sense. I can do it on my own, yes. It's not the sickest. I can be okay financially, but just because there's, you know how it works. There's so much moving parts when you're doing it like I am right now.
We can work it out. We just got to talk through it.
You kind of turned me on to this. I think Tickle's going to end up on JGR.
It's the perfect setting. I mean, they have literally, their team is only A-marked right now. They're going to look like heroes if the press release comes out and says they signed Tickle.
Broc's been riding through this entire doping scandal that he has been involved with. And for me, he would be a perfect fit for JGR.
All right, so here is your agreement that we came up with, so you can check it out here, which I already sent it to you on email.
Yeah.
So the important part is how much money you make when you do good. It's right there.
Yeah.
And there's where I sign, but there's where you sign. It's pretty good. You know the date. I always have to look at my phone. You're on it. Finally official.
Yeah, I know. I'm stoked.
So we're excited.
Tuesday before Tampa, so last minute, but
nothing like last minute, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's go kick some butt.
Is there any bitterness left over? Is that like a chip on your shoulder that you can use, or are you just putting it all behind you?
To be honest, I think if there was bitterness, I wouldn't be standing here. It feels really good to be back. Obviously, in the moment, the time felt like forever, but now that I'm here and I'm back, I feel like time's blown by, and I feel like I'm ready, up for the challenge and ready for it.
2 of the 3 questions are answered. How is he going racing? JGR. How will he be received? Well. Now the most important question of all, how will he do?
I'm going to quit. Every time I go off, I get worse.
So I think I should just quit now while I'm ahead.
Yeah, if you look good, it doesn't matter.
It's true. It's true. Dude, that gear is actually pretty cool.
I'm talking about golfing.
Oh, well, I mean, my swing looks like I should shoot in the 60s, but I shoot 85 to 95. If you were to see my swing, if I just like come out here with a club and just like don't hit the ball, yeah, oh yeah, that guy shoots in the 70s for sure. No, not me. Dude, what are we doing? I want to ride.
Let's go build a dirt bike track in the sand.
How big?
I haven't raced in 2 years and I don't feel like that.
Dude, I'm ready to get after it.
That's what happens when you're like 16.
It's supposed to be good like this.
Like this?
Yeah.
77.
It's not hot. Is it hot?
I mean, it's hotter than this, but barely. It'll be good. It'll be perfect. Not as hot as yesterday.
A bit stressing at the beginning because like everything was really steep and not used to the jump and stuff. But like now that I made like all the rhythm section and stuff, I'm feeling way better.
I gotta admit, I feel a little bit more optimistic for the TLD team. After getting a chance to watch just what the kid Moreau looks like, dude, the kid's got freakish talent. He's really, really good on Supercross. Now racing it's gonna be a completely different thing.
It's my first one and I'm so glad to be here, and that's something like I've been dreaming of, so yeah, I'm pretty happy and I'll try not to rush it, and yeah, it's been a good day and we'll see.
Moreau, who's also basically a rookie who just turned 18, I think he'll qualify very well, and that'll surprise a lot of people.
Oh, it's big. I thought it was like smaller, you know?
Everything looks bigger from the face. You always got to look at it from the landing back. So like when we walk tracks that you don't have press day on, I always walk around the face, go to the landing and look backwards. Yeah. It looks like normal that way.
He's fun because you just have to tell him focus on him. If he focuses on him and rides the way he can, he's unbelievable.
Brian Moreau, TLD KTM, halfway through the second lap, he crashes hard. What a nightmare. You come to America, your dream, you want to race, your second lap of your first practice, and that's what happens. Unbelievable. Oh, everyone's worst nightmare, right? The teams, yep. Brian's family, everybody.
We were all devastated to hear about the crash from the young, talented Frenchman, Brian Moreau, and I think we were all looking forward to seeing what this young kid had for Supercross over here chasing his dreams. And obviously, the entire industry has Brian and his family in their thoughts as he returns to France to begin his rehabilitation.
I think they just need to knock the first one down. Coming out of the berm, they're tight.
Guy comes back after a year and a half, he's demanding track changes already.
I want some good racing. I want a fair chance.
I think when you combine Broc's age and Broc's traditional pattern where he's kind of a slow burn, slow build kind of guy, and the 2 years off, it's going to be a while, I think, before we see what he's really capable of. I don't expect him to come out and blow anyone's minds at Tampa.
I thought you were running. Hey, did that change help?
The bike, yeah, the shock was the main thing.
Was the main?
Yeah. Right now, I'm kind of like, I'm feeling it out still, because it's only been 3 weeks, and I was on that bike for you know what I mean? On the other bike so long that it's obviously felt different.
Broc's always been good on a Suzuki, so I don't see that really being an issue. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just going to be, the 20 minutes, if he's got it. He hasn't been racing, it's 20 minutes on a track when you're practicing isn't nearly as hard as when you're racing.
They randomly test all of the riders with a urine sample. Tickle failable, and that's what forced him to miss 2 years.
He's 30 years old now. He's been off for a while. Can he get near a top 5?
We get the bike working like he wants to, he's going to be deadly. Got it. He's got it still.
He got 4th in the heat. Like, it was more impressive than I thought he would be.
Obviously, I applied myself, so I don't know. I'm pumped with it. Just keep having fun. I enjoyed that. That was awesome.
Went back to Florida. They anticipated me getting out of Nick's line of sight. It's going to lead to a bunch of Cheez-Its consumption.
Talking about what time the art start?
worse.
Yeah, I know. That's for real. It's a joke.
This is one of the best starts, I think, in Supercross, at least in the last decade. I mean, who's going to win this week? Roczen? Tomac? Webb?
Let's drop the gate. Freezy with a great hole shot. But Cianciarulo counters quickly and takes the #1 spot away. Here comes Cooper.
Oh, he's tired of following. He knows he's got to make this pass.
And now can Roczen get Webb? Down goes Roczen! And that could be a huge blow to his championship hopes. Oh, and down goes Adam, right out of second place. Eli Tomac, he'll win #3 in Tampa for 2020.
When you fall once, Weege, and get third, you'll take that if you're Kenny, but you lose the red plate.
I don't think any of the guys get too concerned with points right now. I mean, it's averages out.
If I could just breathe in deep enough, we'll get it back.
If you ride well and you get good finishes from here on out, you'll be the champ. Like, I don't think it matters right now. It's all in their hands. They can control their own destiny.
Wow.
As quick as we lost it, it's as quick as we can get it back. Like,
yeah,
we got a lot
to be
of
at least back on the podium.
I know. We'll keep digging, buddy. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna quit. We're fine.
So this is big, Weege, this weekend. This is big. Roczen wasn't that upset after the race. He's like, hey, you know, I made a mistake. I washed out, got third. We won't freak out. We're going Triple Crown. Of course, the last Triple Crown Glendale, Kenny put on a show. I think these next few weeks are big. AC, broken collarbone, surgery tomorrow, getting a plate put in, probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Got a message for you that says it's 12 minutes. You're nobody's. Get to work, all right?
Well, we got 2 of the 4 players up front.
Here comes Roczen looking to the inside.
This is exciting. Cooper wants to win. Ken Roczen wants to win.
He won all 3 in Glendale, the first Triple Crown race of 2020, and tonight he's got the first one here in Arlington. Look at Tomac come flying. Not a good start for Webb and Roczen, but they're trying to fight their way through. Look at this battle here. Webb really putting the pressure on Dean Wilson.
Oh, that's going to help him towards his overall score.
Oh my! The reigning champion down hard, and the Alpine Star medical crew right there to assist him.
He did the same thing Cianciarulo did. He missed the top of the dragon back. Look at him, he's riding it. He leans over to the left to miss the face and just lands right on his back.
On the hard cement. Eli Tomac will own the red plate another week as he wins in Arlington. And he will take the overall victory here tonight at the Triple Crown in Texas.
Hey, you're maintaining. You figured it out. You rebounded. That second one was rough. You figured it out.
We lost Cianciarulo for a few weeks. Tickle's back, and yay, it's great. Broc's back now. Broc's gone. And then Webb with one of the worst looking crashes ever. And I'm thinking like he's done. He's done whatever. I get a text this morning, and no, he'll be in Atlanta. He's lucked out. He's gonna race Atlanta next weekend.
You got to admit though, it looked way better on here.
I like your white one.
No.
When guys get hurt, it sucks. But when someone that's battling for the title, and we're right in the middle of this thing, and he's coming on strong, gets hurt, it's like it changes the whole story from here on out. It's changed.
Tracker's brutal out there. I got really ready. I heard that with a lot of chaos going on behind me.
Ken has to get a win. Hey, if Eli gets through Daytona and he's got one more win to his credit, this thing might be over. Ken really needs to win this one this weekend, or at least just finish in front of Eli by any means necessary.